The Amazon, much has been documented about it, showing various animals, some dangerous and some beautiful. But has it been completely explored? Absolutely not, because these creepy captures show exactly why you should not be alone in the jungle. From mysterious creatures to haunting encounters, these are the strangest things found inside those woods. So proceed with caution. Alright, I know what you're thinking. Dragon sightings? Really? But hear me out. Someone in the Amazon actually recorded what looks like an actual dragon. I'm talking scales, wings, the whole deal. The footage shows it moving through the dense forest, and while it looks up close, it was actually zoomed in from a distance. The thing is, nobody's managed to figure out its exact location or confirm what it was. Could it be a dragon, or just some massive, unidentified reptile? Either way, the thought of mythical creatures like dragons actually roaming the earth is enough to keep anyone awake at night. Forest monster. Deep in the woods, a man stumbled upon a massive creature, casually prowling through the dense trees. Its grotesquely long limbs bent as it walked on all fours. At first glance, it seemed like an oversized ape, but its sheer size and unnatural gait made it clear this was no ordinary animal. The creature appeared either unaware of the man's presence or simply uninterested, which is probably for the best. You wouldn't want to cross paths with something so enigmatic and potentially dangerous. It's one of those moments where curiosity quickly turns into dread, and you realize this forest is home to things we aren't meant to encounter. Venom, like beast. Alright, I'll be the first one to ask, what the heck is this? Now I know we've still got a lot on Earth that we've yet to explore. Hundreds of animal species are still hiding from us. But what on earth is this? The video was taken by an amateur explorer who later returned to the same site, but was unable to find the creature. Since then, its identity has been a mystery. Was it some sort of alien creature? Perhaps one like Venom? Or is this some unusual anomaly as a result of a mad scientist's experimentation? Sadly, we'll never know, but it's enough to stay away. Terrifying encounter. On the evening of April 5th, 2009, a man was riding his ATV through the woods when something unusual caught his attention. For the second time, he spotted a creature known as the Beast of Gum Hill, a figure often compared to Bigfoot. This time, however, he had his camera with him, and he managed to capture the creature on video. It was the first time anyone had recorded footage of the BOGH, though a still photo from the early 1980s had surfaced in the past. Local legend had spoken of this creature for over a century, describing it as non-aggressive. The man estimated the beast to be about 7 feet tall and weighing around 350 pounds, a sight that left him unsettled. Pale mystery. While walking near a river, a man came across something truly remarkable. There, in the water, was a pale, elongated creature with tiny eyes that made it look almost alien. He couldn't quite figure out what it was, and neither could anyone else who saw it. Some thought it might be a rare type of salamander, while others guessed it could be a soft-shell turtle. Despite all the theories, the creature's true identity remained a mystery, leaving everyone who saw it wondering just what kind of creature it really was. Monster salamander. Isn't it weird how we go almost all our lives without knowing such creatures exist? If you didn't know any better, you'd think this is some sort of anaconda and fish hybrid. After all, that's exactly what it looks like. But this is the world's second largest amphibian, the Japanese giant salamander, which can reach up to 5 feet in length at a time. Despite being a looker, the Japanese giant salamander is considered endangered, which might explain why most of us haven't ever seen it. Mysterious creature seen. So imagine being out in the woods, just minding your own business, and you stumble upon this. A guy recorded what looked like a furry creature straight out of a prehistoric jungle. It was tall, with a tiny face and a long snout, and it seemed to be climbing something when it noticed him. And then it just stood there, staring like it was sizing him up. After a moment, it slowly turned and disappeared into the forest, leaving behind a trail of absolute confusion. Mysterious figure. Captured on a trail camera in the heart of North America, this image is the stuff of nightmares. The footage revealed a tall, humanoid figure lurking silently in the woods. Its grotesque shape was partially obscured by the shadows, but its long limbs and unnatural posture hinted at something not quite human. The creature appeared to deliberately avoid the camera's full view, almost as if it knew it was being watched. Many believe it could be a Sasquatch, a legendary cryptid whose existence has always been up for debate. If true, this might be the most compelling evidence of its presence yet. Appalachian cryptid. A dark, hulking figure was seen crawling out of the water, its movements deliberate and strange. The creature, coated in what looked like a slimy exterior, extended tentacle-like appendages as it dragged itself toward the dense greenery. Witnesses described its appearance as otherworldly, its slow, almost calculated movements giving an eerie sense of purpose. For a moment, it lingered near the riverbank before vanishing into the shadows of the bushes. The scene left viewers in awe, its sheer size and bizarre form standing out as unlike anything they had seen before. Mysterious dark creature. A video recently surfaced online showing a strange, dark-colored creature jumping out of a swamp. In the video, it seemed like the creature was trying to grab some food that had been placed on the edge of the water, making several attempts to reach it with its mouth. After a few moments, the creature suddenly vanished back into the water, leaving viewers puzzled about what it could be. Some people thought it might be a mud skipper, while others wondered if it was a new species of fish. Despite all the guesses, no one could say for sure what the creature was. What do you think it could be? Horned serpent sighted. Back in September 2022, this wild clip went viral, and let me tell you, it freaked people out. The video shows a snake, but not just any snake. This one had horns on each side of its head, slithering like it owned the place. Naturally, people lost their minds, thinking maybe a brand new snake species had evolved. But as always, there were skeptics in the mix. They pointed out that the curved horns didn't exactly look like they were part of the snake's body. Some claimed they could have been stuck on somehow. Was it real or a clever hoax? The mystery remains unsolved. But what's your take on it? Mythical horned snake. If that first horned snake wasn't enough to give you chills, wait till you hear about this one. Another clip popped up, and this time, it's even creepier. Picture a massive, ghostly, pale snake casually chilling on a tree with, you guessed it, two upturned horns on its head. I know what you're thinking. Straight out of mythology, right? Exactly. Tales of snakes like this have been whispered about for centuries, but nobody thought they actually existed. Yet here it was, caught on camera. It's unsettling to see something like this in the wild. River secret. While a group of friends was hiking along a mountain trail near a river, they noticed something unusual that made them stop in their tracks. There, swimming at the surface of the water, was a strange creature they had never seen before. Its body had three triangular shapes that stood out, making it look even more mysterious. At first, they thought it might be an alligator, but something about it seemed different. They couldn't figure it out. What do you think it could be? Waterfall Mystery. In the midst of Brazil's vibrant rainforest, where nature feels alive with mystery, an unsettling sight emerged. While filming a cascading waterfall, a strange dark silhouette appeared within the rushing water. The figure stood motionless on the slippery rocks, its presence as still as it was haunting. Covered in what seemed like a long, black, cape-like exterior, the creature's form seemed almost humanoid. Then, with a swift motion, it leaped into the raging current and vanished behind the waterfall, leaving nothing behind but questions and a chill in the air. Forest hybrid? Half woman, half snake was caught in an undisclosed part of the world, but it was located somewhere inside of a dense rainforest. Its lower body was like an anaconda, but much larger. It was circling around the area she was recorded and was estimated to be around 32 to 35 feet in length. Her top half was not entirely human, as she had slits for eyes, and her tongue was just like that of a black mamba. But her long hair covered the top half too well enough to hide her, yet this creature, this hybrid, is real. Beach ghost. Who knew strolling on a beach on a random day could turn out to be like this? A man was enjoying a quiet walk along an empty stretch of sand, but as he passed by some bushes, he noticed something unusual. A dark, human-like figure stepped out from the bushes and stopped. For a moment, it just stood there. Looking at him, the man felt uneasy and didn't want to stick around to find out more. He quickly turned and walked away to safety. Was it just a strange shadow? Or could there be more to this unusual sight? Whatever it was, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't forget anytime soon. China River creature. It's no surprise people often say the rivers of China are full of mysteries. This idea seemed even more true when a strange creature in a video started getting attention online. A man recorded the creature while he was out on his boat. He couldn't figure out what it was, so he tried to move it gently with a stick, but it didn't react much. The video quickly spread, and people began guessing what the creature might be. Some thought it could be a Blainville's beaked whale, while others thought it might be a type of crocodile. The mystery only grew as more people saw the video, and no one could agree on what the creature really was. It left everyone wondering what might be hiding in the waters of the river. Monster Claw. This one's straight out of a nightmare. Somebody found this massive claw gripping a branch in the middle of raging Amazon currents. And no, this isn't just your average bird claw. It's huge, thick, and strong enough to hold on tight in those wild waters. For years, people have speculated that creatures like dinosaurs might still exist in the deepest parts of the Amazon, but nobody's ever found proof. Until now. Spawn of Satan. You know, we've really got to start counting our blessings, because somewhere in the wilderness, live creatures we would never want to encounter. Take a look at what one explorer captured while they were hiking along the Amazon. Now some say this is just a horned viper, but their horns don't grow as tall as this. Others think it could be a snake that's somehow gotten entangled with a horned beast, but that doesn't seem to be the case. But you know what the locals think? This snake is actually the devil, materializing himself as the slithery reptile to escape suspicion. Massive predator caught. A boat ride turned into a heart-stopping encounter when a group of friends came face to face with one of the Amazon's deadliest predators, a colossal anaconda. The snake, sprawled lazily along the riverbank, had a noticeable bulge in its midsection, a clear sign of a recent meal. But instead of admiring the creature from a safe distance, one bold or reckless friend decided to grab its tail. As the snake sluggishly reacted, the group realized how close they were to a potentially serious situation. Anacondas are known to regurgitate their meals if threatened, and they weren't about to find out what was in that bulge. Wisely, they let go and left the giant predator in peace. Mystery creature. Octopuses belong in the ocean, not the jungle. So, when someone spotted one gliding through the dense Amazon rainforest, it left everyone baffled. This wasn't some stray tentacle. It was a full-sized octopus moving through the bushes with a strange, almost deliberate elegance. It looked completely out of place, yet somehow it adapted to the forest environment. No water in sight, no logical explanation, just an eerie moment caught on camera that defies everything we know about marine life. Experts are speechless because of this oddity. Feathered snake. Imagine seeing a snake with feathers. For one man in the Amazon, this nightmare became reality. He captured footage of a long, slithering serpent swimming through a river, its sleek body adorned with bright orange feathers right behind its head. The sight raised countless questions. How could it fly, if at all? Was this an unknown species, a genetic hybrid, or a bizarre prank? Skeptics pointed out the feathers looked like they came from a chicken, but others believe it could be a creature the world has yet to understand. If you came across this creature in the wild, would you dare stick around to find out the truth? Dark tentacle creature. A remote Chinese village became the center of attention after locals found something unexplainable. A creature made entirely of writhing, black tentacles. It had no visible face, body, or anything that resembled known animals. Yet it moved, slowly but deliberately. The footage of this strange being spread quickly, sparking wild theories. Was it a mutant? An alien life form? Or perhaps an undiscovered deep-sea species that had somehow found its way onto land? One thing's for sure. This bizarre organism left behind a lot of fear. Unknown remains.
Oh, yay. Well, I found some more.
A casual exploration of the woods took an eerie turn when a man stumbled upon an unusual skeleton scattered across the forest floor. The most striking piece was a skull, lined with a jaw full of razor-sharp teeth, far too pristine to be natural decay. It didn't seem to match any known animal. He recorded the scene and shared it online, where theories poured in. Some believed it belonged to a wild predator, while others speculated it was fake. What do you think? Sentient plant. A forest trek turned extraordinary when someone caught something unbelievable on camera. A plant, uprooted and moving as if it were alive. The bizarre clip showed the roots wriggling in an almost rhythmic motion, as if the plant was dancing. It could be a type of sentient life form yet to be officially documented. The clip had people scratching their heads. Either way, the idea of plants coming to life has left everyone with chills. UFO in forest.
Está moviendo esa chingadera.
Alien conspiracies took an eerie twist with this shocking footage of a UFO parked smack in the middle of a Peruvian forest, a region known for extraterrestrial sightings. The video captured the craft's metallic surface. Strangely, the area around it was completely still, almost unnaturally so. The person filming kept their distance, too afraid to get closer, but stayed long enough to show the object hovering slightly off the ground. But looking at this video and how suspicious it looks, the alien had definitely set up a trap. He kept recording for a couple of minutes and then the video ended. No one knows what happened next. All that is certain is that guy made it out of there just fine. Mythical creature caught. Grotesque and gnarly, this mysterious carcass came across a couple of explorers who had no idea they'd ever find something like this. Curiosity got the best of them, so they decided to probe into the matter more. But their attempt has only led to confusion and chaos. Why? Most experts have been unable to analyze this creature. Some are even beginning to wonder if this is some crazy hybrid nature hasn't shown us, or even a mythical legend like the El Chupacabra finally come to reality. Titan Oboa remains. Spanning several meters, this is clearly no ordinary snakeskin. Even though it's out in the middle of the Amazon, you can tell solely by the looks alone that this snake was much, much bigger than anything that's crawling the dense forest now. And here's the ultimate reveal. This anaconda didn't just pass away on its own. It clearly came across some sort of hunter, perhaps an Amazonian himself, determined to take down the beast before it took him. And to think, it's been a long time. The Amazon surely holds battles we've never seen. Frog Army. A man got the surprise of his life when he stumbled upon what can only be described as a frog army. While clearing out stagnant water by the roadside, he lifted an old sheet that had been soaking in the puddle for who knows how long. And that's when it happened. Dozens, maybe even hundreds, of frogs leaped out in perfect chaos. Little green bodies shot in every direction, hopping like they were on some top-secret mission. The scene was equal parts hilarious and surreal, as if the frogs had been lying in wait for the perfect moment to stage their escape. Manatees. It started as a peaceful kayak trip, just a man and the quiet river. But as he paddled through the still waters, something massive shifted beneath him. At first he froze, unsure of what lurked beneath. Then a giant splash shattered the calm, spraying water everywhere. Startled but mesmerized, he realized the creature wasn't attacking. It was playing. Turns out, it was a manatee, the river's gentle giant, known for its laid-back demeanor and love of the occasional splash party. The man managed to capture the magical moment on camera, a once-in-a-lifetime encounter. Two-Headed Cobra.
That's right. This is actually Ben and Jerry.
Deep in the Amazon's wilderness, nature proved once again that it has no limits. This rare sighting of a two-headed cobra left even seasoned explorers stunned. It's no surprise, though. Creatures like this rarely make it far in the wild, often succumbing to the brutal survival of the fittest, where they compete not just with predators, but with themselves. This particular cobra was an anomaly, a living testament to nature's unpredictability. Its movements were hypnotic. So let's move on to the next one before we lose our minds.
It's just two heads in one body. The two individuals you can...
Girl caught flying.
Ко мне, я говорю. Тарзан! Тарзан, я сказал, ко мне!
Unfortunately, this will not only make you lose your mind, but also your belief. A man was enjoying the cold wilderness in Russia with his dog when his pet felt something wrong with the place. He followed and caught a girl levitating in midair as her witch mother was just below her. This girl was actually flying, and it is unbelievable to even consider how this was possible. He accidentally tripped over because he was so shocked, which alerted them, and before he could do anything, both of these supernatural beings disappeared.
Что это?
Dragon caught. An unexplainable footage was captured in Nicaragua 2 years ago that left the locals terrified. A dragon-like creature with wings twice the size of an average adult, scaring the locals. The mythical creature was on top of an organ donation center, which makes it even more scary, because what was its purpose there? Before anyone could find out, the creature flew away, and just a few days later, these people went back to the same location and filmed the dragon's offspring on a tree. Crawling cryptid. A quiet walk in the woods turned into a spine-chilling experience when a man stumbled upon a strange, crawling figure. He recorded a long, dark creature moving across the ground like a living shadow. It had no scales, no visible eyes, and no features that matched any known animal. The thing resembled a cigar-shaped log, slithering silently into the forest. What could it be? A snake unlike any we've ever seen? Or perhaps something far more otherworldly? The footage left viewers puzzled and creeped out, sparking debates about cryptids or creatures we have yet to discover. Bojack Horsemen. Deep in the forest, a woman noticed rustling in the trees and decided to record. What she captured on camera has baffled everyone. Hiding in the shadows was a humanoid figure with the face of a horse. The rest of its body resembled a man, standing eerily still as it observed her. Some joked it looked like a living cartoon character, but the encounter was anything but funny. To this day, the footage remains a haunting mystery. If you saw this, would you stick around or run for your life?
Whoa! Whoa!
Remains of Dwarf. Near a bird's nest in the forest, a man found something that sent chills down his spine. A tiny, human-like skeleton. It had a humanoid skull, ribs, and a long spine, but its size made it impossible to classify. Stranger still, it was nestled in the remnants of a bird's nest. Did it hatch from an egg? Was it placed there by something or someone? The discovery raises unsettling questions about what really roams the forests. Despite his efforts, the man couldn't find any information to explain the skeleton's origins. Its identity remains a chilling mystery, leaving us to wonder, was this the remains of an undiscovered species, or something even darker? Creepy mutated worm. For years, the Mongolian death worm has been the stuff of nightmares, crawling out of legend to terrify imaginations. But a recent sighting suggests that this horrifying creature might actually be real. A video surfaced showing what looked like a massive, writhing, worm-like creature moving unnaturally through the sand. The sight was unsettling, its body pulsating as if it carried an eerie life force. Some claim the footage is proof of an ancient terror, the kind of thing that inspired folklore. Others dismiss it as an elaborate hoax. Regardless, seeing this worm on camera adds an extra layer of chills to the stories we thought were just myths. Creepy creature. A quiet stroll along the river took a dark turn when something strange emerged from the water. The pale, eerie figure floated upright, its odd head appearing almost like a mask from some forgotten nightmare. It hovered silently, its unnatural stillness more chilling than any movement could have been. The creature's unsettling features made it hard to classify as anything familiar, its form seeming to blur the lines between life and something otherworldly. The sight left an unsettling impression, a reminder that even the most tranquil landscapes can harbor unsettling secrets. This strange river being has become a story that lingers long after the moment has passed. Unbelievably rare discovery. Deep in the woods, an extraordinary find stunned onlookers. A pair of snakes with shimmering blue scales unlike anything seen before. Their color wasn't subtle. It gleamed brightly, contrasting with the earthy tones around them, as though they were creatures from another realm. The snakes moved gracefully, their iridescent bodies almost hypnotic under the sunlight. Their rarity made this encounter even more remarkable, with their vivid blue hue seeming like nature's way of showing off its hidden treasures. Such discoveries are rare. Haunted River.
Oh ya udah, kita balik aja yuk, jangan jadi masalah.
The eerie silence of a forest at night was broken by an unsettling sound, a soft, otherworldly rustling near a river. A man, fueled by curiosity, ventured closer to investigate. That's when he saw it. A pale, unnatural creature crawling on the riverbank, its movements slow but deliberate. A sense of dread crept over him as he stood frozen, watching the creature slink back into the woods without a sound. The moment felt like stepping into a nightmare, leaving him with a chilling story to tell. Some would call it a rake, a mythical, horrifying being known to haunt the shadows. But whatever it was, he'd never seen anything like it before.
Lu lihat nggak Yok tadi Yok?
Alien corpse. On October 15th, 1996, Dr. Jonathan Reed had a seriously close encounter with an extraterrestrial. He was in Washington State woods when he caught the alien near a camouflaged spaceship and found something lying on the ground that later turned out to be a deceased alien. But something from the woods threw something at him, which he just barely dodged. In a moment of panic, he took the creature's body home. Dr. Reed tried to document the entire incident, and this is one of the most convincing alien footage on the internet. Legless Croc. Recently, something unusual was recorded in a muddy area near a swamp, leaving many people wondering about the strange creatures that might still be out there. A man noticed something crawling slowly through the mud, and when he took a closer look, he saw what looked like a fat crocodile, but without any legs. The sight was definitely strange. The creature moved slowly, almost as if it had its own purpose. Some are wondering if it could be a mutated alligator, while others think it might be something not from this world. The discovery has sparked a lot of questions about what could be lurking in the wild. What do you think it really was? This picture was sent to us by one of our subscribers, and if you want yours to be featured, send them over and let's see what we get. A decade ago, someone mysteriously uploaded this video on the internet. Apparently, the footage shows a real-life dragon swimming in the water. It was captured somewhere along a river in Thailand. The dragon's fins and back are only visible in the footage as it was remaining hidden, and it can be seen trying to swim closer to the person recording. That was either a water dragon, or perhaps even something no one has any idea about. Now, while you and I are free to question that, locals in the area sounded pretty concerned. What do you think this creature was? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, keep liking and keep watching. Thank you.